Hey guys, welcome back to VInce-Vell Customs. We're going to paint up my Captain Marvel statue that previously I showed you how to chrome the wristbands. Okay, so as the wristbands are covered with silly putty, very easy. Put it on, get it nice and even on the sides. So you can paint right over that, comes right off. What we want to do is we want to make this color because this is the version I'm making. So basically, we're going to set it up here and we're going to mix the color. Now what you want to do is you want to mix enough because when you paint you don't want to run out of paint. That's one thing, so it's always better to mix extra because you can always keep it in a tube and use it down the line for something else. So as you can see here, this chrome silver from Tamaya, just a little bit left, so I figured let me use this. Here is metallic Createx metallic blue silver. What I like to do is I like to just kind of mix in colors, throw it in, get whatever. This is some Createx Pearlized Blue. Throw a little bit in there to get that blue. Let's see. Little mixing tool. Little battery, spins. So basically what I like to do is when I look at a comic book or a picture, I want to mix the lightest color, like the highlight area, because what I'm going to use shadows and darks to darken them in. So it's always better to mix the lightest color. You don't want to mix the darkest color, then you won't get the bright highlights. So now, of course, messing up the comic doesn't really matter. So I mix a little bit of the blue, throw it over in here, kind of see what I'm getting at. It's kind of there. Kind of where I want it to be. The question is, do I have enough for the whole statue? So what we'll do is we'll mix a little bit more just in case. Now I'm using pearls and metallics because this specific statue I like them to be nice and shiny and pop. So I'm not really using any flat colors. I had this flat here, but not really what I wanted, so I won't use that. So the color's looking okay. I think I might want to throw a little bit of extra into it. So I go over to all my paints over here if I can find it. Yeah, I got a fluorescent Createx blue. I love this fluorescent color. Very hard to get Createx on statues, but when you mix it with other paints, you get a decent... Wait, I have one open. Let's see. Bear with me here. We're looking for it. Tons of paints here. And we'll throw this one in a little bit. Just a drop or two. This is a Badger Opaques. These paints are very potent. I like these. Kind of hard to find them though. But if you do get a couple of them, they can really pop a color for you. Pretty good. Here we go. This is the one that was open. So I'll throw a little bit of this in there. Okay, so I'm getting the color that I like. Let's see if we can see this. Cool, nice, bright, decent color blue. Alright, so we got our airbrush. Throw this aside. Kick on the other thing. Fill it up. Now, because this section here has got that gloss and then I did all the chroming, it's very slick. So I kind of scored it a little bit with the thing. You can't really see it too well, but just so the paint sticks. Plus, spray a little bit light just to kind of get the paint to dry on it. Spray it too heavy, too close, it'll start bleeding on you. So you don't want to do that. Okay guys, we're back. What I went ahead and did is I completely coated him up and I blew dry him a little bit just so I could speed things up and show you what's going on. What I'm going to do now is my next step is use some of this opaque, Prussian blue, and I'm going to go into the shadows. Not going to go too dark on this because I'm still going to use some black, but even though this is going to be all white in here, what I still do is just still follow it. You know, just still go with it just so you get an idea. So what I'm doing is I'm using the angle, because if you're holding the statue this way, the light comes down. So what I'm doing is I'm going this way, so you get the shadow underneath of it. Alright, so as you can see, basically I start building it up. Let's see if we can get it in different shadows and lights. So as you can see, I'm getting those different tones going. So I got brightness and then I got some dark areas. And you just keep working. Now you don't go too crazy with this blue because as you can see, you get a lot of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out the blue some more, and we'll be back and I'll show you what I do with the blacks. Okay, so I did all my blues. I'm going to go into blacks but in deeper crevices. This is a golden shading gray. I like this stuff a lot. It's basically just watered down black. But I like the way this stuff works out for doing some shadows. So basically it's pretty simple. Basically what I did was just go in here and hit into the deeper crevices areas. So you just get a little bit more definition, tone, and everything. Now it is sort of blue, but we're going to change that a little bit later. Okay, so I did my black shading and everything now. So what I want to do is I want to give him... I don't want him being dark blue like the other Captain Marvels and everything, even though the picture kind of shows it. I want to give him a little bit of a gray tint because he kind of was gray tint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my metallic blue silver from Create Text. I'm going to mist them. So this gives it a little bit of a texture and a pop. Alright, so basically I have the base of what I wanted. What we'll do is we'll turn off the lights so maybe you can see it in. So as you can see, and that's pretty much the base coat of that. So when I come back with another video, we'll do the star field on them. Hope you guys enjoyed this.